Hey, good evening, traders. Today's markets, I'll be honest with you, kind of surprised me. I didn't expect the markets to sell off like they did. However, you can't really have expectations, but you almost can't help but play these scenarios out in your head. What really matters is that whatever the market does is that you do have some sort of plan. And my plan is my timing signal, and it did get a preliminary downside cross today. So unless the markets have a fairly meaningful bounce tomorrow, it looks like the timing signal will go to negative. This is the next support line, and I don't. If we go down there, if we gap down or spend a good bit of tomorrow in the negative, I don't suspect that there'll be enough buyers will be able to step in and and that will prevent the timing signal from going negative. I really think that it needs to be some sort of bullishness right out of the gate, and really reclaim a lot of the losses that we saw today. This was really a couple days ago. I had noted that if we get a second red candle here on this chart, this three line break chart for the Nasdaq, that the markets could potentially, really start to gather some momentum to the downside. Given that my timing signals still remain positive, I did stay long. These last couple days have not been that great, but you're gonna have these. Tomorrow I'll probably be moving to the sidelines or getting short again, unless we have a strong bullish day right from the get-go. This chart here for the Nasdaq advanced decline really, I think, tells the story. We're sitting lower high here, and I think that this failure for this to move back up to the February highs, I think that this really tells the story of the weakness that's been going on, the distribution that's been going on within the Nasdaq over the last, really in all of April and towards the last couple weeks of March. Now, you really, I think a lot of people are going to start to get bearish right now. So that's not to say that the market couldn't fool the majority tomorrow by posting a strong rally. We do have this reverse head and shoulder pattern which is starting to play out. It's starting to take shape. Today we closed below the 50-day moving average. Now, if we bounce back up and reclaim that level, this could start to form the right shoulder, and then of course you'd want a bullish breakout that could really set the stage for a rally. There are a lot of things going against that right now, macroeconomic wise, but this is definitely a scenario. Today's drop was on lower volume. If the volatility index, the VIX, was not, let's see here, what was it? Yeah, it was only up 3% today, which kind of surprised me. I really expected that to be a lot higher. But and then when you look here at the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline line, this is what's kind of scary. If you want to, if you're long, is you would almost have expected this to be down a lot more with the sell-off today, and it's not. This has really been stuck in a really tight range here, and it's starting to break to the downside, and we're starting to see that as the Nasdaq starts to roll over. But this has this generally doesn't bounce until it gets down to this negative 1,000 area. So we do have plenty of more room to the downside, and given that this is earnings seasons, who knows what kind of earnings reports could cause this market to sell off more. In the meantime, I do have a few positions open on the long side, and I'm just going to wait to see how tomorrow plays out, because I definitely don't want to sell out and then get whipsawed and then have this market rally and I'll be shaken out of my position. So I'm just watching and waiting tomorrow to see how the timing signal plays out.